You will see this quite clearly at the beginning of this week, my gorgeous Cancer. Indeed, what you're going to become aware of is exactly what is bringing you progress. Okay, so you will see what made you progress at the beginning of this week, because the news, the message and information that you're going to have, it's going to open your eyes and it's going to bring so much clarity into your life towards something very, very specific that means to you so much. This is something that was like kind of slowed down, but at the same time it was messing up with you because it was making you feel so uncertain, because you didn't really know what to do until you hear about this specific thing here. So this in itself, it's a really good news. So you will see, my gorgeous Cancerini, exactly what is bringing progress into your life, which part of your life you made a huge progress. And this is absolutely brilliant, because almost instantly you are gonna feel so much better, you are gonna feel so much happier. There are very interesting ideas that you are indeed going to have at that moment in time. These ideas that you are going to have, not only you are gonna benefit from in a ridiculously short period of time, it's something that is going to work out brilliant for you within just 1 year. Not only you are going to benefit from this, but the people in your life. If there are any people in your life, what you are doing right now, you are creating something, and something which is going to be rather solid for a long time to come. So it is about a rather solid foundation in your life. It's about doing the right thing, you know, at the time when you need to do the right thing. Do you know what I mean? At the time when you need to make an important decision and things like that. But there is always but. You need to you must not forget this. Do not refuse to consider another point of view. Okay, this is important. Do not consider like another point of view, my gorgeous Cancerini, because somebody is at the same time gonna try to tell you something, gonna try to explain something to you, and that in itself, it's like that particular person is going to try to give you very, very important information, but for some reason you will not want to listen. I'm not saying that you need to take somebody else's point of view when it comes to you thinking about something very specific here, because you are going to find yourself like pretty much so like planning. You are going to be thinking like kind of, you're going to be in this planning mode. I want to do this, I want to do that. You are going to start thinking you are going to start being very optimistic about your future, but that also means that you're going to become also rather confident. But on another hand, somebody is going to try to tell you something. Someone is going to try to give you like a really powerful and invaluable information, and maybe that person is somebody who you don't like. Maybe that person is somebody who makes things up sometimes. Maybe that person is somebody who's dishonest. Maybe that person is somebody who is disloyal. Maybe that person is like a complete snake. Do you know what I mean? But no, baby, no, it doesn't really matter who they are or what they are. They are giving you some kind of, someone is going to try to give you some kind of point, somebody is going to try to give you another point of view. And this is so important for you to understand, because that other point of view you really need, but you're going to need to go through that challenge, because it's going to come through someone who you don't like. It's going to come through someone who you do not trust anymore. It's going to come through someone who you don't like, or who you would never consider to take any type of advice or anything like that. No, baby, no. This is about an important point of view that you are going to have through somebody who you don't necessarily like, and this is the part of your challenge. You don't like that person. It doesn't matter who this person is. It doesn't matter what this person is, but this person is going to try to reach forward, and this person is going to try to kind of tell you this different point of view, and you You will know what am I talking about, because what is going to be on your mind at around the same time, it's all about you kind of understanding like you're making a progress now with a certain part of your life. So now you are reaching an important momentum, especially when it comes to you like being kind of becoming committed to something like full on. There are certain things that are going to start changing at that moment in time in terms of the actual priorities, and this is why it's important for you to consider this other person's point of view, because it's not only about a point of view, but it's more like about a very specific information that you're going to gain. You're going to find out from them something that you didn't know, and this in itself is going to open your eyes, and it's going to be exactly what you needed to understand the seriousness of something. You're going to understand how something is actually really, really serious, like really serious on the outside, and that in itself, it's really going to become like a ticking bomb when it comes to your life in the best possible way. It's going to give you strength, and it's going to give you power, and most importantly, the actual confidence in order to make a really, really big step. So this is why you need to, for the love of God, consider this other person's point of view. Just be open-minded, that you will see that there is a specific information they will say to you, and it's like, oh my God, first of all, this is going to shock you, but then at the same time, it's going to become all like a ticking bomb, because it's just going to push you like a forward and to be much faster and much quicker towards those things that you want to kind of manifest. This is brilliant, because it's really going to take you out of that comfort zone, because you're going to be left with absolutely no option but to go for it. I mean, how important this is actually going to be. So after that information that you're going to have, it's, you are going to decide to take a really, really kind of bold action, bold move here. And you know what? First of all, you're going to be like, oh my God, when you find out that information. But then on another hand, only a couple of days later, you're going to feel so excited. You're going to feel this high energy, baby. And that is going to make you feel confident, brave, passionate, and you are going to be in this mode, where you are really going to start coming out of yourself in the best possible way. You will know what am I talking about, because at the same time, you are really going to kind of start feeling adventurous. You're going to kind of, oh my God, start thinking, about your future in such an optimistic way. And these feelings and emotions, it's absolutely impossible to ignore. What you're doing right now, almost as if you are escaping from some kind of evil, and what you're doing right now, you're also detaching yourself from things that no longer serve you, and from things that started to dominate your life only because maybe you didn't make the necessary steps in the past where you kind of needed to make them. But that absolutely doesn't matter whatsoever. If you didn't make them in the past, you needed to be prepared for this moment in time, which means that the last few months have been crucial in your life, my gorgeous Cancerini, especially when it comes to you being finally prepared for this moment in time. At the beginning of this week, it's like pretty much so you are really going to feel like you want to explore something, because you will know you exploring something is just so wise, such a wise thing to do, especially when it comes to you feeling like frequently too restrained, but at the same time, by you exploring, you are not going to be indecisive, because this is something that you need to do. So when you have this very kind of powerful sense, to explore something, trust me, it's going to be impossible to ignore. You need to understand that this is going to be very, very wise thing to do, because you are really going to do something so magnificent when it comes to you, like feeling frequently too restrained, but at the same time, by you exploring exploring, you're going to open yourself up, and you're going to be able to come up with such an important decision. It's like, oh my God, such an important decision, because you've been like indecisive about this for way too long, you know. So this is so important. It's about you being able to kind of really follow psychic and intuitive message that you had on your mind for so long, something that you wanted to do, something that makes you feel alive, something that makes you feel great, and it would always come to you as a deep psychic and intuitive message. But every single time when that would come to you, when that would happen, you would just go in this mode of being indecisive. This is going to help you to be honest with yourself, my gorgeous Cancerini, and to finally break through. Indeed. By the time you get to the mid part of this week, you know, I'm not going to lie to you, there is going to be an unexpected change that you are going to have. And this, I mean, I shouldn't say I'm not going to lie to you, because actually this is a really good unexpected change. So when I say an unexpected change, it's not dark lala or anything like that, you know, it's actually really good. So this unexpected change that you are going to have, it's like, it's to do with you, first of all, seeing a very important sign. So this is how this is going to start. At around the midweek, you're going to see a very important sign, and that sign that you are going to see, that you're going to become aware of, you will understand that there's some very much so bright prospects about to enter your life. But this is going to surprise you the way this is going to happen, in the best possible way indeed. So this is the part of the unexpected change at the time when you least expect it. This is going to bring so much hope and inspiration into your life, and it's also gonna bring that mind-blowing determination. You know, you're gonna feel this deep emotional feeling, and you will want to move on with your life, because you will know that this is bringing a new possibilities, and you're gonna remind yourself how much you've actually learned over the last 2 or 3 years, you know, and there is some kind of knowledge that it's going to bounce back, and that knowledge that it's going to bounce back in your mind, it's also going to remind you, and it's going to refresh your mind and refresh your memory to not to follow old ways, because if you keep on following old ways, you're not going to come out of that circle, you're not going to come out of that limbo of unhappiness, for example. So this is why it's important to reflect. By the time you get to the last part of this week, it's all about you understanding, you know what, and now you're gonna understand that if you don't let go of some kind of old and bad and silly idea, if you don't let go of these ideas, you are gonna feel emotionally drained. But the last part of this week, it's all about you really feeling emotionally drained and realizing, do you know what, I just had enough of this, you know. So you have to be honest with yourself. When you feel emotionally drained at around the end of the week, the cause for this are going to be some kind of old and silly ideas, and you really need to kind of let that go of, and you're going to realize that this is brilliant, because this in itself, it's all about you recognizing this, all about you identifying this, and finally moving on, this is gonna lead towards your own mental recovery. You need to understand, you know, that sometimes deep wounds, you know, they heal slowly, but at the same time, this is going to be a sacred moment in time, that now it's time to engage, my gorgeous Cancerini, with something new. So this in itself, it's going to bring such a powerful energy into your life. And also at around the end of this week, you are going to have such a meaningful experience, you know, and the meaningful experience is going to come to you, you know, when you have a bit of a misunderstanding with someone. There is going to be some kind of misunderstanding that you're going to have with someone, and I'm saying that this is going to be meaningful experience, because you will understand by your or through your misunderstanding with someone, you will understand what was causing a lack of strength in your life as well. And this is important, especially when it comes to this beautiful, harmonious and healing energy like entering your life, because there is something very special that you are going to realize about yourself. You will realize how the energy is changing, you know, how the energy is becoming so much more calmer, so much more peaceful. And this is the direct result of a healing energy coming into your life. And pay attention to very interesting signs that you are going to have, which are all going to be leading you towards the same thing, towards you being honest with yourself that now it's time to make a specific change, which is going to be connected to your immediate environment. What this is, only you know, my gorgeous Cancerini, indeed, but it's something that you need to do. Okay, my gorgeous Cancerini, thank you ever so much for watching my videos. I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, peace and light to every single one of you. Thank you ever so much for watching my videos. Sasha Bonasin, psychic medium. Love you. Bye.